I think we're pretty well set now as a chamber orchestra. So our award ceremony recognizes kids that have gone above and beyond throughout the year. So I'm going to explain what the awards are, and then we'll do the presentation of seniors. So the first thing we're going to start out with is our letter winners. Letter winners are students who've gone above and beyond the call of duty for the orchestra. It takes 40 points to letter in orchestra. Simply showing up at concerts and getting an A will get a kid 8 points a year, or a total of 36. As you can see, they have to do something at least a little extra over 4 years, like auditioning for All-State or trying out for this, or getting in the symphony to letter. Students will receive an MHS letter with an attached orchestra pin. The following students have lettered in orchestra for the first time. If the students could please stand when I say their name and hold your applause until I have read all the names, and then you will get your letter next week in class. So lettering for the first time in orchestra: Taylor Gertz, Lily Kallenberger, Emma Urington, Lizzie Mills, Izzy Enriquez, Shiloh Mortar, Shelby O'Brien, Lucas Zeringer, Lauren Otis, Kate Schlavine, and Alexis Taylor. Please give our letter winners a round of applause. After you've lettered, you guys can sit down. After you've lettered, you can double letter for every increment of 40 that you get. So to double letter, triple letter is pretty awesome. We have 3 double letter winners this year, and they are, if they could stand, Zane Brockert, Nariah Einfeld, and Cece Ocampo. Give them a round of applause. We do have 1 triple letter winner. That's not even that weird. I think last year we had, didn't Kristen get 5? Yeah. Is Kristen here? She? Our triple letter winner, Abby Stanler. I gotta get stuff out of the box. So our Freshman of the Year Award recognizes a young member of our program who in their first year at MHS has been a leader, strong musician, and great representative of our orchestra program. This freshman has made quite an impression in her first year. This student made Junior All-State Orchestra, represented our orchestra program at the Kennedy Honor Orchestra, was concertmaster of the Freshman Orchestra twice, and was a member of this year's Symphony Orchestra. She is dedicated and has a positive impact on our orchestra program. This young lady will be a strong leader in the orchestra program for years to come, and I'm happy to present Freshman of the Year to Aubrey Mooney. The next award is the Best Attitude Award. Attitude is so incredibly important in our ensembles. The attitude we have as we pick up our instruments dictates the success we have as we rehearse and is pivotal to the overall success of the orchestra. Good attitude drives progress, and progress leads to success. It's the students who can truly put aside their trials and woes for 45 minutes and commit to making great music that have been the heart of the orchestra. And to keep in mind, I give this to one student. So many of these kids have great attitudes, so don't think if you don't get an award that Thelma thinks that, of course, you guys are all awesome. This is just for somebody who showed a little extra, that's all. This student started the year with no instrument. They had to haul their instrument to school every day. When we finally did get her an instrument, she never once complained. While we did finally get her an instrument, she never once complained or had a bad attitude, even when I locked her out of the room on rainy days. Even when I would hand her challenging music, or music that isn't even written for her instrument, she would smile and just go for it. It's been a true pleasure to work with her, and she will go so far. Best attitude goes to Ella Evans. Musicianship is defined as knowledge, skill, and artistic sensitivity in performing music. This award is intended to go to that student who excels in all those skills necessary to be a great musician. The student isn't just one of our best performers now, but has been for many years. He has a deep appreciation for music that is translated to proficiency rarely attained by someone his age. I would go so far as to say he is one of the best violists we've ever graduated from this orchestra program. From solo playing to composing to being the first violist ever to represent Muscatine High School at the All-State Orchestra Festival, this young man has exemplified what it means to perform with excellence. This year's Musicianship Award goes to Zane Brockert. Our dedication award is given to a student who has shown a high amount of care for the orchestra program this year, not just in words, but in their actions. It's difficult enough to remember orchestra lessons, finishing pass-offs, completing semester projects, and even just remembering to come to our concerts, while also keeping up with other classwork. I'm also awarding, that was from last year, sorry. This student has been a constant presence in not just our class. What just happened to my computer? Thank you. Okay. This student has not just been a constant presence in our class and concerts, but in our extracurricular ensembles and around the district, helping however she can. That's not just for the high school either. She has been a great volunteer and helper at our middle school and elementary schools throughout the years. Not only that, but she practices consistently is a constant source of excellence in our ensembles. I'm proud to give her this award, and I know she'll thrive at the college level and beyond. This year's dedication award goes to Cecilia Ocampo. Our Leadership Award is given to a student who has all the qualities necessary to be an effective leader in their ensemble. A good leader is not only a hard worker, but has the enthusiasm to drive others around them to success. This student has led by example for 4 years. With good attitude and dedication to her instrument and a commitment to making progress, she has been one of our most reliable and proficient players in the orchestra. She is, sorry, it looks like I cut off part of that paragraph. Oh dear. From being a featured soloist to being a section leader to being concertmaster, this student has exemplified and accomplished just about everything I've thrown at her. I am so proud of this young lady, and I am happy to award this year's Leadership Award to Izzy Enriquez. Sorry for screwing up your speech, Izzy. The MVP award is given to the student who this year got the most letter points. This year's MVP earned a total of 42. Those points were earned this year by being in chamber orchestra, symphony, auditioning for All-State, performing at solo ensemble, being section leader twice in chamber orchestra and symphony. She also takes private lessons in Iowa City and has been performing with the orchestras up there at the university for, I think, a few months, I'm pretty sure. This student is incredibly dedicated, a strong musician with a positive attitude, and this year's MVP, Abby Stamler. next three are considered our big three because schools are limited to one award per student, two in some special cases. So these not only are going to get a little plaque here, but they're also going to have their name engraved on a plaque in our orchestra room for the many years to come. So the first award is the Leonard Bernstein Musicianship Award, which recognizes a student whose musical skill is not simply proficient, but truly exemplary. Students who receive this award don't just play scales in tune or practice their concert music, they immerse themselves in the music and explore their instruments and their possibilities. They are committed to making progress and looking forward at all times. This young lady not only plays at a high level, but her journey to get to where she is now is a great source of pride for me, and hopefully for herself. She's a strong musical leader who has great ideas and strategies on how to play higher, faster, and better. Through a ton of time, dedication, and practice, she has become one of the best violinists. More importantly, she is kind, easy to work with, and has a great sense of humor. I'm happy to present this year's Leonard Bernstein Musicianship Award to Naraya Einfeld. Do nice things for the kids and they cry. The Director's Award is designated to a student who is not only a good leader, but someone who is reliable, devoted, and enthusiastic about the orchestra program. It's hard to think of a student who has been more selfless with their time over the last 4 years than this young lady, always offering to help and volunteering countless hours to the district's orchestra program. She's been a great resource, not just for me, but for other directors and students as well. She's one of the most service-oriented students I've ever had, and her absence next year will be felt by many. She not only volunteered many hours, but has been a concertmaster and been involved with our symphony in the past, has been involved in Tri-Am and represented our orchestra in many honor orchestras throughout the years. This year's Director's Award goes to Paige Mathias. The final award is given to a student who really personifies all of the above: attitude, progress, leadership, dedication, and musicianship. All of these are a requirement to receive the highest award you can earn as a high school orchestra student, the National School Orchestra Award. The student has been, from the beginning of 5th grade, ahead of the curve, so to speak. From her early years, she was representing Muscatine in honor orchestras, performing solos well ahead of her grade, and performing in just about every extracurricular orchestra that we could offer or she could be in the surrounding area. Throughout high school, she could be counted on to be one of the strongest performers in the orchestra and always had a calm demeanor and a good attitude that made her one of the easiest kids I've ever worked with. She is poised, hardworking, and in every sense, the kind of kid you hope you get to work with when you become an orchestra teacher. I'm so very proud of this young lady, and I'm happy to award this program's highest honor, the National Orchestra Award, to Abby Stamler. One second. Before we present our seniors, it's important to recognize the folks outside of what we do at MHS that have had a great impact on our students here in this building. The success of a high school program is dependent on the hard work and success of our middle school program, which is why I would like to thank and recognize Ms. Jessica Straw right now. The hard work she puts in day out is felt on this very stage tonight, so we thank Mrs. Straw. Furthermore, I want to thank Mrs. Clove and Ms. Priest. The future of our middle school program and high school programs are in their classrooms. They're some of the hardest working teachers in our district, and we're so glad that our youngest students learn from them. I also want to take a moment to wish luck to next year's directors here at Muscatine High School, Guillermo Najarro and Kayla Priest. I'm so confident that the best years for the MHS Orchestra program are ahead, and Mr. Najarro and Ms. Priest will bring success and excellence to this high school program. I'm only jealous that I don't get to work with them. I just wanted to say that once publicly, so thank you. So seniors, when you come up here, I'm going to read your name. You're going to grab a symphony bar, which is something my orchestra teacher did for us, a certificate with your name on it, and then a flower made by Mrs. Straw out of music. Do you have one to show the audience? She's handmade all of these. She didn't buy them on Amazon. Dang. Yeah. So it takes a lot of time. And she has a baby and a dog. So, and a husband. So you know this was difficult to pull off, so thank you. And my computer's acting up. Shoot. Is it gonna come back? Hey, there it is. All right, here we go. Emilio Bobet is the son of Elena and Michael Bobet. Next year, he will be attending Iowa State University to study mechanical engineering and engineering sales. His favorite memory from orchestra was when he was on his way to the orchestra social when he and Paige hit a raccoon with his car. They made it to the social, but afterwards his front bumper came off and his radiator was leaking. Luckily, his savior, Mr. Thoma, was there to wait with them on the side of the road until his dad picked him up. Zane Brockert is the son of Melissa and Eric Brockert. His future plans are to pursue a career in music composition and orchestration. His favorite memory was performing Legend of Zelda with the 2019 MHS Symphony Orchestra and getting goosebumps for the first time. Ruth Ellen Brooks is the daughter of Mackenzie and Paul Brooks. She will be attending the University of Northern Iowa, majoring in choral music education, while also continuing to play the cello. Her favorite memory was when she told Thoma who she was dating. He went on an entire tangent joking about how you don't date boys from the music department, especially ones who are in low brass. He had told her to dump him, but she just rolled her eyes, laughing the entire time. She is still dating that music department boy, which is fine. That's fine. Michael Carter is the son of Rob and Jennifer Carter. He will be going to MCC for 2 years and then transferring to Iowa to study dentistry. His favorite memory was when Philharmonic was playing Zombie in concert. His family was trying to record it, but all he got was a recording of his little brother Bob singing it. Oh, sure. Consuelo Casillas is the daughter of Roberto and Ramona Casillas. Next year, she's going to MCC for 2 years to take business courses, then transferring to Iowa for 2 more years to complete her major in business. Her favorite memory from orchestra was during their Masquerade concert in 2019, when we played Devil Went Down to Georgia with the whole orchestra. It was a fun piece to play with everyone. Nevaeh Davidson is the daughter of Belinda and Brian Lemkop. She plans on attending Iowa State to study environmental engineering. Her favorite memory was when Thoma asked to play his grandpa happy birthday, and he said he would say happy birthday himself at the end. We played, but as soon as we were done, Shiloh Mortar yelled, "Happy birthday!" at the top of his lungs. That was an impression, by the way. Thoma's face was absolutely priceless, and she'll never forget it. Nariah Einfeld is the daughter of Sherilyn Einfeld and Robert Deal. After graduation, she will be attending St. Ambrose, where she will be studying health and medicine and continue to stay involved in music. Her favorite memory from orchestra was her sophomore year when she got to experience the Winter Glow concert at Wesley, where the orchestra and choirs combined. That or Thoma falling off his podium during class, or when his voice cracked at the end of our last concert. Izzy Enriquez is the daughter of Jessica Enriquez. She will be studying clinical psychology at the University of Iowa. Her favorite memory was during her freshman year. The first violins had a very loud trill that Mr. Thoma thought wasn't intense enough. As he was trying to walk off the podium screaming, "Bees!" and waving his hands around, I don't remember that, but that's okay. He tripped over his laptop and fell off the podium, landing flat on his booty. As we all laugh at him falling and his face red as a tomato, you can see the laptop open next to his head with a giant congratulations while he was laughing in pain. Taylor Gertz is the son of Randy Gertz and Dee Gertz. He will be attending MCC for 2 years before transferring to another college to major in music performance. His favorite memories were the New York trip, playing in the symphony orchestra and listening to Thoma's crazy stories and cringy jokes. Lily Kallenberger is the daughter of Crystal Kallenberger and Donnie Kallenberger. Next year, she plans on attending the University of Northern Iowa, majoring in vocal performance and education, also while minoring in violin performance. Her favorite orchestra memory was in 5th grade at Mulberry. She was so in awe of Mr. Thoma and said, "Mr. Thoma, how do you play a scale?" He proceeded to say, "Like this," and effortlessly played the best scale she'd ever heard in her life. From that moment, she was determined to be as good as him. Another memory was on the New York trip this year when we were eating at Puglia's. She got to sit by Mr. Thoma and he started dancing aggressively, waving his hat around, and she couldn't stop laughing. All of her orchestra memories are some of the best she's ever had. She's really going to miss Mr. Thoma and the orchestra family so much. Sorry. No, I know what I did. I'll tell you later what happened. Sorry. Thanks, Spencer. Spencer Kilburn is the son of Alan and Jackie Kilburn. He will be going to the University of Northern Iowa to major in secondary history teaching. His favorite memory was during his homecoming announcement. He said that Thoma's jokes were not even good. Thoma was so mad the next day that he decided that we would have a joke off on the following day. But when the time came, they both had prepared the same joke. You'll never forget the look on Thoma's face. The only mistake I made is I let him go first. Zoe Krentz is the daughter of Amanda and Devin Krentz. She plans on going to the University of Northern Iowa to earn a bachelor's degree in both biology and science, and the science of nursing. Her favorite memory was in middle school when she put Spencer Kilburn in a base case and zipped it up. Kiera Krusenstein is the daughter of John and Terry Krusenstein. She will be attending Iowa State, majoring in human development and family studies. Her favorite orchestra memory was during this year's Christmas concert. During the finale with all 3 orchestras, Lucas took a tempo on the drums that was too fast, so we just had to go with it. Mr. Thoma was conducting, but was unsure how the whole orchestra would get through without crashing and burning. This led to Mr. Thoma saying the Lord's Prayer out loud during the performance of the piece, in the hopes that the piece would not fall apart. At the end, after applause, he said, "I hope nobody heard that." That's true. That's true. Kiera Lick is the daughter of Tanya and Donald Lick. She will be attending the University of Northern Iowa to major in English education and minor in creative writing. Her favorite memory was her junior year when Mr. Thoma was 15 minutes late to a lesson with her in Nevaeh, which, by the way, lessons are indeed 15 minutes long. When he finally showed up, he asked if they could stay longer because he needed to talk to them. Of course, they stayed because they didn't want to go back to class. She'll miss going to their extremely productive lessons. One second. Paige Mathias is the daughter of Stacy and Jerry Mathias. She will be going to the University of Iowa where she will major in nursing. Her favorite memory from orchestra was in 9th grade when they were riding the bus to Six Flags, after they got done performing at the competition in Chicago. They were on their way to the park when the bus missed the park entrance and they had to find a place to turn around. They ended up pulling into the parking lot of a small nursing home a little ways down. And when they did, she heard Will Eichelberger say with no emotion whatsoever, "Wow, Six Flags has really let itself go." She remembers the entire bus bursting out in laughter, and she still laughs about it to this day. Austin McDaniel is the son of Janet and Rick McDaniel. His favorite memory of orchestra was when Lee broke a string bass by falling on it, and then her favorite senior memory blamed him for not catching her. I remember that. Is Lee here? Hey, buddy. Remember that? I'm just kidding. Lizzie Mills is the daughter of Nathaniel and Heather Mills. She plans on attending MCC and getting a 2-year business management degree. Her favorite memory was freshman year when Thoma let the kids waiting for their parents to pick them up sit in his tiny office closet after school and listen to music. It was a safe place we could all laugh, unwind, and talk about everyday stuff. We also listened to some weird stuff like Lord of the Rings and some song about Bilbo Baggins. Good times. It's true, it's called The Ballad of Bilbo Baggins. Sinai Morel is the daughter of Laurent and Scott Morel. Next year, she will be majoring in political science. Her favorite memory was seeing the devastated look on Mr. Thoma's face after telling him the Spanish words that he thought he was saying at large group were not the Spanish words he thought he was saying. Cici Ocampo is the daughter of Marina Lagunas and Apolinar Ocampo. She is planning on going to Muscatine Community College for 2 years and transferring to Iowa State to receive a bachelor's in computer science. Her favorite memory was definitely the 2019 Pops concert. She loved all the symphony pieces that we played, especially Legend of Zelda. She's always loved video game music, and getting to play it with an amazing symphony made her mornings at practice. New World Symphony was also one of her favorites because of how difficult it was. Katie Oldfield is the daughter of Chase and Deanne Oldfield. Her plans next year are to attend MCC and later transfer to a 4-year college. Her favorite memory would be from freshman year when Mr. Thoma decided to put a video of her fainting on a roller coaster at Six Flags up on the projector for the whole class to see. Nolan Record is the son of Melissa and Jamie Record. He will be attending Yale University to study engineering and continue his track career. His favorite memory of orchestra was going to Six Flags in middle school. Caleb Shield is the son of Mike and Suzanne Shield. He plans on majoring in mechanical engineering at Iowa State University. His favorite memory is when he told Thoma to say a certain sentence in Spanish at large group. Thoma proceeded to say it to the entire orchestra multiple times without checking what it actually meant. You should know better than that, Thoma. Abby Stamler is the daughter of Becca and Andrew Stamler. She will be attending the University of Iowa, where she will continue to play with the symphony and minor in music. Her favorite memory was sophomore year when Thoma got so into conducting, he tripped over his own feet and couldn't stop himself from falling. So he face-planted into the door across the room. Emma Yerington is the daughter of Dana Allen and Brian Yerington. She plans on attending MCC to pursue a major in education. Her favorite memory was probably her sophomore year in chamber orchestra when James Solt would always steal Thoma's baton and hide it, and Thoma always just thought he was going crazy and kept losing it until he finally caught on. Isaac Zollers is the son of Ruth Zollers and Jerry Zollers. He plans to go to flight school to become a commercial pilot. His favorite memory was when he and Emilio helped move lockers out of the old orchestra room. While helping, they dropped one of the lockers, cutting their arms a little bit. Thoma had told stories in class about how he passes out around blood, so we shoot him off to go clean up. He will say he never felt queasy that time, but the look on his face made us both worried. He is sure that what did you say? He is sure that we would never hear the end of it if we were the reason Thoma passed out on the last day of school that year. That's true. That's true. All right. I'm going to give just a little quick speech here, and then we're going to watch a little slideshow, and then we'll listen to our last orchestra. So, seniors, as I was working last night on the slideshow that you're about to see, I kept thinking one thing over and over again. As I watched you all grow up before my eyes, how lucky I am to have these beautiful memories. The first lessons in 5th grade, the bus rides to Six Flags, and the laughs in the orchestra office. I often say that the strongest magic on earth is music, but last night I remembered the power of memory. Memory allows us to stay connected, even as the years to come separate us with time and distance. We'll have these wonderful memories to look back on. Remember the laughs, the tears, the triumph, and some heartbreaks. The music and the struggle that came with conquering each piece. I hope from time to time you think back on your high school experience in orchestra, close your eyes, and remember the music and the moments we shared in the classroom and on stage. Distance and time can feel daunting and make us feel isolated or disconnected. But memory holds those we love and admire close in our minds and hearts. And that is where That is where you will rest in me for the years to come. Although I do hope to see you again from time to time. I know as I move forward, I will look back at some of these moments. These may seem like small moments, and I only have a handful to share, but they made me smile. Those would be taking Spanish lessons with Caleb Shield, talking music and life with Ruth Ellen, jamming with Michael in my orchestra office, trying the no-look catch with my keys every day with Austin, forgiving and educating Mr. Kilburn on comedic artistry, laughing at Naraya during the slide solo in Newsies, realizing that Taylor Gertz actually prefers to be called Schneider, teasing Nolan about going to Harvard. He's actually going to Yale, just so you know. See, he wants to kill me right now. I'm a little scared. And Isaac just says you can't outrun him. That's true. I'll fight my way out, though, one way or another. Making Emma wear a beard almost every year at Stringfest. Sassing Kiera when she literally didn't deserve it just because I thought it was funny. Abby teaching me how to do the floss dance and bringing me Black Pearl even when I didn't ask for it. With a look in Lily's eyes when she nails a shift. Those are just some of the memories I have, and I'm really proud of all of you. Your high school experience has been anything but usual. Almost half our time together was marred by the pandemic. Heartbreak followed by uncertainty for so many months. It really wore me out, and I know it was a struggle for you too. But as your senior year came up and progressed, I saw the same thing from this class that had always made it so great. This class has an unusually strong connection to each other and a desire to serve. I had more students from the class of 2022 offering their help and time to me and others than any other class in recent memory. Strong friendships and care for one another is also very evident among these young men and women. The best power of music is the power of connection, which is why these folks standing before you today embody in so many ways the wonderful result of music in our schools and the reason I teach. Persevering through the pandemic was challenging. We all know that, but this class brought our program through that uncertainty, stepped up when we needed leaders, and embody the strength, dedication to service, and empathy we all hope for in our schools, our communities, and our nation. I hope that your lives are filled with love, the strength to overcome the obstacles that will be thrown at you, and lots and lots and lots of music. Thank you for your dedication to this program. Thank you for your countless hours of practice and service, and for making me laugh and look forward to coming to work every day. I have so much respect for all of you. I present the class of 2022. You guys may be seated. We're going to watch Isaac's mad. I left this picture on the whole time. I have a short little movie here for you.
Hi, I'm going to steal the mic for a second. Before we watch the slideshow, I just want to take a minute to say a couple words about our director. I pinky promised him that I would only be a minute, but I might take a couple just because it's my last concert. During my 4 years here in the MHS Orchestra Department, I could not tell you the amount of times I heard Mr. Thoma say that he had the best job in the school, and he has always meant it. Mr. Thoma has spent the past 10 years building one of the best high school orchestra programs in the state of Iowa, and he has never stopped advocating for the betterment of our program. He has always believed in each and every one of us more than we probably have ever believed in ourselves. He has shown his passion and care that extends beyond anything that we could have ever asked for in a director, and I think I will be speaking for everyone when I say this will be a very difficult goodbye. It's usually only us seniors up on stage experiencing their last concert and being sent off to a new journey. But this year, Mr. Thoma gets to come with us and go on a new journey of his own. We wish you the best in Ames, Mr. Thoma, and thank you for always being more than an orchestra teacher. And we are so happy to present you, our friend, with your last senior board from MHS.